We gotta get back to Hogwarts. We gotta get back to school. We gotta get back to Hogwarts, where everything is magical. Back to witches and wizards and magical beasts, to goblins and ghosts and to magical beasts. It's all that I love and it's all that I need at Hogwarts. Hogwarts, I think we're going back.
Hi everyone, I'm Cristina. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna talk about books and theater. Today I'm gonna do my very first book talk / review, and it's gonna be about Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. For all of you who don't know, but I'm guessing that if you're watching this video, you probably know, there's currently this Harry Potter play in London that's supposed to be on Broadway next year. I think it's next year. But anyway, there's this new Harry Potter story that's supposed to happen 19 years after the Battle of Hogwarts. Now, before we get into details and spoilers and all of that, I'm gonna tell you my general feeling for this book. It's gonna be spoiler free. I'll tell you when the spoilers will start. For all of you who are interested, this is my house, if you haven't figured it out yet. At first, I wasn't gonna read this book. I wasn't in the middle of the hype that this book got. I knew it was gonna happen, but I wasn't sure when. I didn't pay attention to any of it. I wasn't sure if I was gonna read it or not. Or maybe if I would, it would be later. But then I woke up yesterday and there were all these book talks and reviews of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Spoilers. Spoilers. Spoilers everywhere. And I didn't want to be spoiled. No. And I was just like, if I don't read this now, I'm gonna be so spoiled. So I just decided, okay, I'll read it. What did I think of the book with no spoilers? I liked it. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it a lot. Like, a lot. There were some parts where I was screaming, crying, laughing, gasping, having all the feels, and then there were others that I was just like, what the is this shit? It's just like, what? Jo didn't write this stuff, did she? Okay. Maybe if I actually see the play, maybe I would love it then. But right now, I just like it. But since I haven't, it felt weird to me. I was talking with Casey of A Basket Casey Reads, and I was telling her, like, I liked it, but it felt like this is a story that happened to Harry Potter and all our beloved characters in another universe far, far away. If that makes any sense. So I would definitely recommend it to anyone who used to love Harry Potter, anyone who still loves Harry Potter, or anyone who liked Harry Potter at some point and had the time to read it. Yes, I would recommend it, but one, definitely go into it with an open mind, and two, don't expect anything from it. Don't have high expectations and don't have low expectations. Just don't expect anything and think that this is not a book. This is not a Harry Potter book. This is a Harry Potter story. Don't look it up. Don't try to learn what this is about. It's better if you go in there knowing nothing. That's it. Now that that's been said, I can dive into the spoilers and the details. So if you haven't read the book, or if you haven't finished the book and you don't want to be spoiled, go now. Go. This is your moment to leave and come back when you finish the book and we can discuss about this Harry Potter story together. But right now, leave. There are gonna be a lot of spoilers here. Spoilers everywhere. So, you've been warned. See you later. What did it make me feel? It made me feel like I was watching a Stargate play. That's it. I said it. This thing got me so many Stargate vibes. Like, everything that I was reading was something that happened on Stargate, or something that Stargate referenced, or had a song for it. It's just like, Stargate, they called it years ago. And, oh my god, Stargate, wow, yes, oh my god, I love Stargate. This book, I agree with everyone that's saying that this book feels like a fan fiction. It felt like a fan fiction to me. It was just like a fan fiction mixed with Stargate. It's just like someone took Stargate and the books and said like, oh, what can we do? Let's mix this stuff together and write a fan fiction. When I started reading it, every single time that I found something that reminded me even a little bit of Starkid, I just started singing. Like, for example, I have my notes here. Ron says, Hogwarts, big, wonderful, full of food. I'd give anything to be going back.
To Hogwarts. I'm gonna get back to school.
It's just like, you cannot think about that, okay? You just can't. There was this moment when Ron said, did you mention my name? And I was just like, did somebody say Ron? Now, don't get me wrong. As I said, I liked the play. I enjoyed it. It's just like, it felt weird. It didn't feel like it was something J.K. Rowling would write. Sorry. When they said that Voldemort's followers were planning something and they had a time turner, I was just like, am I watching the Harry Potter sequel? What's this thing?
It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. Yay!
There's this song in the Harry Potter sequel. If you haven't seen it, it's just like the opening of the... If you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. But anyway, there's this song, it's the opening, and it's basically Lucius Malfoy saying like, oh, if we can go forward, then let's go back and bring back Voldemort. Kill Harry Potter and bring back Voldemort. And I was just picturing that song all the time. That's why it feels like this story is in another universe. It's like in this Starkid universe. This is something that would happen in Starkid. In Starkid's version of Harry Potter. Yeah. Now, I saw that Cristina from Poland Bananas Books said that maybe it feels this way because of the pacing of the play, because J.K. Rowling didn't have 800 pages to explain why the characters were doing certain things or how they were doing them. Maybe. Now, and Raya Sterling, I hope I'm saying her name right, but she said it's because it feels like there weren't really consequences of the stuff that they were doing. In my opinion, I agree with both of them, but it's also because of so many plot holes. Oh my god, everything felt too easy. It's just like, I'm gonna say this a lot of times, but it's just like Starkid when Ron says like, oh, I'm hungry, and food appears out of nowhere. Yes, there were a lot of things that didn't make any sense, but at the end of the day, there were more good things than bad things, so I guess that's why I did like the play. Let's get into the story a little bit, okay? I loved it started with the epilogue. I loved Scorpius. I loved Scorpius and Albus' friendship. At some points, I did get the queer vibes, but at some others, I didn't, so they are not my OTP. Sorry. I know, I'm gonna see in the comments like, oh, how can you say that? They were definitely gay and they were definitely meant to be together. That's your opinion. I have a different one, and it's okay. I cannot say this enough. I loved Scorpius. Like, he was my favorite character, and from the whole Harry Potter universe, he's now one of my favorite characters. And Malfoy. For all of those people who said that I was crazy because Malfoy has always been one of my favorite characters, suck it. He was amazing in this book. Like, I just love him. And I love that Albus got sorted in Slytherin. I'm one of those Slytherins that is really happy that we finally got some good Slytherin guys. And we can tell everyone who thinks that everyone in Slytherin is bad, like, no, we're not. No. Now, that thing about Scorpius being Voldemort's son was so stupid. I mean, these wizards don't have anything to do with their lives that they need to talk nonsense about other people all the time. They did it with Harry, and now they're doing it with Scorpius because this thing doesn't make any sense. Like, seriously, no, it doesn't make any sense. Rose Granger Weasley. I know a lot of you love her, but I couldn't stand her at all. She was so annoying. Now, did anyone else get the feeling that Ron was there just because he's part of the trio, but he didn't really do anything for the story and was just there? Or was it just me? I want to know that. Did you feel the same way? Okay, so Albus goes to Hogwarts, he gets sorted into Slytherin, he doesn't like Hogwarts, and he goes back to his house, and then one night Amos appears out of nowhere in his house and wants to speak with Harry. After Amos left and Harry and Albus were talking, and Albus said, "I just wish you weren't my dad." I was like, I literally stopped reading and I was just like, oh my god. And then I started reading again, and the next line was, Harry said, "There are times I wish you weren't my son." I literally gasped. I was just like, what is this heavy shit? I get it from Albus, but Harry said that? Wow. Oh god. Even though I didn't really care about the dream scenes, I was happy to see Hagrid, and when he was with Harry during his 11th birthday, that was so sweet. The feels, the nostalgia, it was everything. So finally they go to the Ministry of Magic and they drink some Polyjuice potion and they become Harry, Ron, and Hermione. And I'm like, how did you get stuff from Harry, Ron, and Hermione just right away, just like this? This is the type of things that I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And the audience isn't stupid. But well, at least we got this funny scene between Albus/Ron and Hermione when he's trying to block her from getting into her office and he starts kissing her, and I was just like, should I laugh about this or not? Because it's funny, but at the same time it's his aunt, and it's what? I love the part when Albus said, "I want a baby or a holiday," and Hermione was, "A baby or a holiday?" And she didn't even said anything. Like, it didn't ring a bell that something was wrong with Ron. It was just like, okay, this is life with Ron Weasley. This is what it means to be married to him. Oh god, that was so funny. But I do agree with Christine that it's so strange. It feels so strange to me that that she never asked Ron afterwards about that conversation. And if she did, then he would said like, "Oh no, it didn't happen, what are you talking about?" And then Hermione would know that something happened, but no. Nope. Nothing. About the library scene, Hermione put in something so precious there. Like, it's just like anyone can get to it. And besides, if this thing is so precious, it should have some kind of spell that lets people know that it's been stolen. And nothing. It just got stolen. Nobody knew about it. Just another day at the Ministry of Magic. Now, when Draco said to Harry, said something like, "I don't care who you've saved, you are a constant curse to my family." Burned. I was like, okay, so Harry's scar starts to hurt again, and the only thing that I'm thinking is, if they bring back Voldemort, if he's alive in some way, I'm like, nope, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Voldemort is dead. And finally, Albus and Scorpius travel back in time and then come back to the present. And we have our first different timeline. And in this timeline, Harry Potter is an asshole. The way he treated his son, the way he treated Minerva, talking about McGonagall, since this feels so much as a Starkey musical to me. I was just like, what type of poster is McGonagall gonna have in her office? I was just like, for a second I was just thinking like, who would that be? Like, who would be her poster? It's not gonna be Zac Efron, it's not gonna be Taylor Lautner. Who would that be? Who do you think it would be? Okay, parenthesis over. The only good thing about this timeline was Act 2, Scene 17. I told my friends, when you get to that point, tell me, because we need to talk about this. It was one of my favorite moments of the whole book. Harry and Hermione bump into each other and it's obvious that they love each other, but they don't know how to interact with each other, and they're all angsty and awkward. And oh my babies, it was so beautiful. I love that part. I was just like having the butterflies and the feelings. Oh, my babies. Oh, my babies. So Scorpius is back in the present, but it's a new timeline. This timeline was really interesting because first we got to see how the world would have been if, and how Scorpius' life was so much better because the Malfoys were on the right side of history, you know, history is told by the winners. That's why life was so good for him, but still he didn't like it. I mean, he preferred his old life, and that says a lot about Scorpius. I loved him even more then. But the greatest thing about this timeline was when I read that Snape was alive. Snape was alive, and we got to see Snape, and we got to talk with Snape, and Scorpius was like, yeah, it's an honor to be with you, and he tells Snape everything about his timeline, and Snape gets to know that his death was worth something, that it helped bringing Voldemort down. I was so happy to know that. I was so happy when he said, like, when he learned that Harry named his kid after him, and he was proud or honored or whatever he said about it. But when he died again, because we know he's not coming back. When Ron and Hermione died, we were like, okay, nice, okay, yeah, you're gonna be alive in like 2 seconds. But Snape, and learning that Cedric killed Neville, I literally screamed. I was just like, what is this? Another thing that I liked about that timeline was Ron and Hermione, the way that they looked at each other when they learned that they were married. Oh, when Snape told Harry that Hermione was a wanted wizard, and Ron was like, oh, I'm wanted as well, and Snape was less wanted. Snape, I've missed you so much. And when Ron and Hermione are about to die, and Hermione tells Ron that she loves him, and he's like, can we talk about the loving thing first? Oh, so nice. So nice. There's a scene in that timeline that it says that the audience could see the Death Eaters, and that they could listen in the audience the voice of Voldemort. I would like to experience that. Loved Draco and Harry having a duel. Yes, J.K. Rowling, you know what we like and what we want. Wasn't it the cutest thing seeing Scorpius geeking out about Bathilda? It was just like, oh, Scorpius, I've been there. I know how you feel. Harry and Ginny got the message from Albus. And they were like, I'm gonna send an owl to Hermione. I'm gonna send an owl to Malfoy. Oh my god, I wish they just had phones, because there's no time to lose, people. That thing with the message on the blanket, how did it happen? It was such a complicated plan, because it was so complicated to get the message in the blanket. And here it happened like, oh, let's write a message. Oh, the message was written. Just like that. The plot holes. The plot holes. It was just too easy. Now, when everyone reunited in the past, I loved how Ron defended Hermione, and Hermione was like, I don't need you to, I can defend myself. And Draco was like, oh, I've been bossed around by Hermione, and I kind of like it. The Stargate feels, guys. The Stargate feels. It was just like, this thing happened already. I've seen it. It also reminded me when Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Draco were fighting together in Stargate. I was just like, oh, yes! Delphi, that bitch, was so annoying. Father! Shut up! Father! I actually love the ending of Harry seeing how his parents were killed and having his new family comfort him. because he knows he can't do anything about it. And I loved seeing Hagrid picking up Harry and saying that we're gonna be friends. It was such an emotional moment. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional again. No. The only thing I didn't like about that scene, and if they had that scene would have been perfect, was Snape wasn't on it. I was expecting that and it didn't happen. But still, the scene was beautiful. It was. Now, after that, when they are back in the present until the end, for me that was just meh. At the end of the day, I love that Draco's child is gonna possibly be with Hermione's child. I love Scorpius, I love Draco. I'm so happy we have good Slytherins. I loved Draco talking about his feelings and how alone he felt, and I was just like, baby.
'Cause baby, you're not alone.
As a standalone, I give it a 3.5 stars out of 5 just because of all the plot holes. And because Delphi being the love child of Voldemort and Bellatrix doesn't make any sense, then yeah, 3.5 stars out of 5. I hope it premieres in New York next spring, so maybe I can see it. I would definitely see it if I have the opportunity to see it. I would. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe. And tell me in the comments what's your house, which was your favorite character in this play book, and what part of the book was your favorite. Do you agree with anything I said or disagree? Or did I miss anything? Leave a comment down below and let me know, but please don't be rude, okay? I'm Cristina. I upload videos every Tuesday. See you later.